Hey, what's happening, everybody? This is Lawrence Ross from the Lawrence Ross Show podcast, and today I thought I would show you how I read Braille. I don't think it's anything I've ever done on the channel before, but nevertheless, good a time as any to do it. Now, on Friday afternoon, we got a notification saying that the apartment would be receiving these signs. Now, the nice thing is that it's in large print, also raised embossed print, so you can feel the letters. And this is for the All Go color code alert. And it's right here in Braille. Now I'm going to try and follow it along as I read it to you. Color code, yeah, here we go. This is the color code system that they use, and they also use this in Talladega. So what I like to do when I read Braille is I typically like to read with both index fingers, but I'm holding a camera, so that's a little bit of a tall order. But nevertheless, I've been reading it for so long, I've pretty much mastered how to do it with just one finger when need be. Here we go. This first one here is green, all clear, normal activity. And as you go down, this one's kind of fitting. Blue, inclement weather, seek shelter. Then the next thing is red, intruder, hide/fight. Yes, it does say that. And then it says amber. That's if the system needs to reboot. So that is our little system that we have. And I'll give you the brief history of Braille. It was invented by a guy named Louis Braille. He was born in Paris, France in 1809. And in 1812, when he was about 3 years old, he wandered into his dad's workshop because his dad was a furniture maker. And he decided to follow in his dad's footsteps. And he was playing around with an awl, and that is a sharp instrument. I'm not sure if they even use those anymore, but nevertheless, he was playing around with it, and it slipped, and it shot up in the air, and it came back down, and it got him in the right eye. Doink. Except it was a lot painful, I imagine. It was more painful than that. But nevertheless, you know how kids are, right? Once they get an infection, what do? They rub the daylights out of it, and that's what he did. He rubbed it so much that the infection spread to his left eye, and by the age of 5, totally blind, couldn't see anything. Then he went off to a boarding school, and in 1824 was when he invented Braille. He invented this little system of dots, and each dot represents a symbol for a raised letter. And there's different combinations. There's a lot of different combinations. I think maybe I'll probably do a video one day where I explain the whole thing to you. But nevertheless, so when he created it, society was like, no, we want blind people to depend on the sighted community, which really is just such a really sad ableistic attitude. And as I said before, once this channel hits 300 subscribers, I'll tell you some stories about how I've dealt with ableism in my life. So he would go on to teach Braille to those who wanted to learn it, and he died at the age of 42. He was 43, but he died really young because of tuberculosis. And after he passed was when Braille suddenly got popular. So there's that. And according to the Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990, also in association with the Fair Housing Act of 1968, they added something to it after the Americans with Disabilities Act was passed in 1990, and that was any public structure that's built after March 13th, 1991, has to have some sort of accommodation for the handicapped. And I'll actually, in the comments, or actually in the description, I'll post a link to a paper that I wrote about how the blind are treated in society. So let me know what you think about that. And thank you so much for watching. I'm Lawrence Ross from the Lawrence Ross Show podcast, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching.